what's happening? This is Joshua Boetsi and you're watching Sporting Icons.
So, breaking news for you all, literally just out, Frank Buglioni has in fact announced his retirement from boxing, and he's taken to social media and put out a statement, and then we'll get into a little bit about his career and a few thoughts on it. So, Frank Buglioni's statement. After thoughtful deliberation, I have decided to hang up the gloves. I am proud of all my achievements in boxing, and I will forever be grateful for the life lessons and positive effects it has given me. I have loved the journey, and it has certainly made me the man I am today. I will now focus on a different side of life. I will put my health, my girlfriend and my family first. Thank you to my dad and brother who stood by me throughout all, and to all my magnificent support who have taken this journey with me. To John Charles, that's his trainer. So Don Charles, you have made me fall back in love with the sport. I enjoyed every training session with you. Eddie Hearn, yourself and Matchroom have been a pleasure to work with. Steve Goodwin, thank you for your honesty and care throughout. My heart remains in the squared circle. The wise guy. So that is Frank Buglioni's statement. So it's no great surprise. That's my initial reaction. I do think potentially it's a little early for him. I mean, he's only 29 years old. He has taken 4 losses, 3 of those by knockout. But to be fair, he has won 22 fights and 16 of those by knockout. He is, of course, former British light heavyweight champion. And, of course, he has been in a WBA World Super Middleweight title fight with Fedor Chudanov when Chudanov was 13-0 and he lost that on points. So he's been around the block a bit, and he beat Hosea Burton as well. Very, very good name. To be honest, I did have Hosea Burton winning that fight quite comfortably until round 11, and then ultimately round number 12 when he stopped Hosea Burton. But then he went on and defeated Ricky Summers. Again, very, very good fighter as well. He was 13-0 at the time, Ricky Summers. And then defeated Craig Spider Richards, who I rate very, very highly. Then he got blasted out in 90 seconds by Callum Johnson, and ultimately lost his British Boxing Board of Control light heavyweight title. And then he come back and he made an opponent quit. I forget his name, was it Fezui? Something like that. But anyway, his very last fight, which was his past weekend in Monte-Carlo on the Matchroom show there. I didn't watch the fight, I didn't watch any of the card. To be honest, I wasn't too hooked on it, so I wasn't too bothered, and I decided to actually spend some time with my family on a Saturday. So that's why I didn't watch any of the event. I've heard some people talking about Kal Yafai, etc, etc. I don't know about it, is the honest answer. But I do know the results, and I do know that Frank Buglioni, he ended up having to quit in the fight in round number 5 due to a cut. So, I mean, this was for the IBF Intercontinental Light Heavyweight title as well. And of course, that's a bitter pill for him to swallow. But he's had a pretty good career. He was never going to be world champion, I don't think, and I think he realised that this was probably a long road back after losing to this guy. Listen, we don't know how good this guy from China is. I mean, this Fenlong Meng, he was 13-0 coming into that fight, so now he's 14-0. But it's a long road back for him. I mean, he's only 29, and I don't really see it as too much of a problem. But ultimately, who knows what goes on behind closed doors? How much is he dedicating to this and neglecting the things that are really important to him, like family? You know, we just don't know. Of course, he's part of Don Charles. For me, I think he's Don Charles's best prodigy, I think. That's just my opinion. Of course, he works with Ian Lewison and Derek Chisora and a few others in that as well. But I think for me, Frank Buglioni is Don Charles's biggest success. But listen, Frank Buglioni, very, very good fighter. It's a shame he's going out, but I understand why, because he has taken 2 losses in his last 3 fights. And it's just too much for him to come back from, and maybe finds it a little embarrassing. I just don't know, to be honest. But anyway, that's the news. Frank Buglioni has decided to hang up the gloves. So drop your thoughts below and leave yourself some comments about the career of Frank Buglioni, and of course, do you think it's the right decision for him at only 29 years old? Maybe you guys know a bit more about him behind closed doors that ultimately I won't. But anyway, he's a real nice guy. He always comes across as real humble, and I've always liked to watch him fight. So this weekend I just didn't. Okay, but I do like him. I like him a lot. So anyway, we wish him all the best in all his future endeavours, all that kind of thing. So anyway, drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.